Oh crap, the calendar is wrong. Oh no. I forgot the calendar is wrong. It's August. It is August. It is August, and it does not want to do. It does not want to comply with the August. Okay, that's better. I know you can only see my ass right now, but it's better. I think it's better. It is August. Shows you how long I have. Yeah. So, I've been away for quite a while because it is now August. Wow. So the silver hairs in my beard are really, really reflective of the light. As you can tell, things have not improved. Like, can't afford a new light for my office. So yeah. That's one of the reasons. That's one of the excuses I've given to myself. Basically, whenever I have been wanting to do a live stream, speech not good. I've changed my meds. So basically, I'm on an antidepressant, and it's really fucking with my speech. You know, it has made me feel a little bit whacked in the head, but yeah. Do not ask me what it is. I don't know. Okay, like I've a long time ago I tried antidepressants and they just didn't. Nothing worked. But basically, I've been given this new one, which is supposed to be really good for people who are also schizophrenic a little bit, and basically it's helping. I think I don't feel super down. I don't really feel much, but that means I don't feel super down, which is the good bit, I guess. Anyway, so we got the moody lighting on because, like I said, that's one of the excuses I've been using to not stream, is because, well, the lighting's not good and the battery's going to run out on the camping light. So, you know, however, this light has been charged up, and I was just like, I wasn't entirely sure if I was going to actually live stream tonight. Again, I kept telling myself, nah. But then I kind of just have a little bit of time where I'm not sleepy. I am exhausted. I'm just not sleepy. And I was like, I better update people. I've gotten one person. One person basically was like a little bit concerned because I wasn't live streaming. So yeah, I think I can actually say this. I don't think she'd be pissed at me. Like my ex, she's just like, yeah. It's like when I don't talk to her, she checks on my live streams to see how I'm doing, and like, she was like, "You haven't talked to me, and you haven't live streamed for a few days. Are you okay?" So thank you for one person. Thank you to one person who gave a shit, I guess. um. So yeah, I was like, I'm gonna do the live stream. I'm gonna do the live stream. Originally, when the camping light was still working and everything, the real reason was the real reason why I was going to do a live stream, because this is all over the place. It's really all over the place. It's very strange, you know. Like I've been feeling like my speech is very very off. I'm gesticulating more. It's really annoying. It's almost like you know how when you are kind of like tipsy and you're working, your brain is working at the regular rate. It's seeing everything you're seeing. It's doing everything you're doing, but it's just that your words or your actions aren't matching the internal kind of like story that's going on. You know, that's kind of what it's like. It's like I'm not really kind of like I've got the perfect amount of like words and thoughts and exactly how I want to say things, and yet I can't say them. Like they're not in the right order. They're not in the right places. It's really annoying. Um, but yeah. Anyway, yeah, I was going to actually do. I've got an art commission. Like somebody has actually asked me to draw something for them, so I'm going to go do that. Um, yeah, Don, did you ask me to do something, or was I just doing something for you just because I felt bad about how the last picture came out? I feel like I was doing that. I was doing the ballers, but I feel I've got this weird memory. Like I definitely was going to do something else for you, but I can't remember what it. I can't remember. Did you already pay me for it? I don't know. I don't know. I'm gone. I need to check my records. Oh no, it's still there. It's still in my book. I still have to do it. It's just that I've not found time to do it. Well, I've not found. I've been very unmotivated because of the depression. That's one of the reasons why I actually like decided to go on antidepressants, because I was hitting a wall. I wasn't getting any better like I normally do. You know, normally I kind of like force myself, even though I'm not motivated to do anything or care about my own well-being. I basically I hit a wall. People were starting to get concerned. That's one of the reasons why I'm actually on the antidepressants now. So yeah, I saw that. Creepy crawly spiders. Creepy crawly. It might have been a big beetle. There was a big beetle that was crawling on the wall. Anyway, yeah. So like, I do want to do that. It's just that, like I said, I haven't. I've lacked motivation to actually do anything um, for a long time. Like shortly after the last live stream, basically I was done with everything. I was done. I was fed up with everything. I was fed up with feeling that way. It was just I given up. You know, like I just had one too many things just had collapsed for me, and I was over it. I was done. I was not. I'm not going to do anything else. But yeah, like I said, antidepressants, they're working, I think. So I'm good. So I will be getting back onto actually doing creative shit, as opposed to just sitting here and just like playing with my old pictures and putting them into a computer program every now and again, and then just like showing them to people, because that's not good. Apparently, that's not enough. That was just something I was doing just because, yeah, you know. But yeah, done. Like that isn't gone. That hasn't fallen to the wayside. It's just that, like I said, my creative output has just like stalled. and it will be picking up. It will be picking up. I mean, I have a whole couple of weeks where I'm going to be house sitting for my mother. So at the very least in September, I'm going to be doing a bunch of stuff, you know, because whenever I go to my mom's place to house sit, I end up actually doing like a lot of something, you know, even if it's just filming something, even if it's just the filming, then I end up getting a bunch of stuff done. Like the very first time, I did a bunch of writing and also like managed to do some other work besides the Tubbs network stuff. And then like the time after that, I did a bunch of filming and did a bunch of orky dorky stuff. And then this last time, I actually like filmed a bunch of videos. So and it was a lot of fun. So yeah. So this time it's going to be different. So yeah. Oh, I don't know if anybody saw that, but like, I had to have my blood taken. You know how fun that is for me. I had to have my blood taken just to make sure that, like, you know, that the meds were working, you know, and they weren't, you know, killing me and stuff. So that was fun. I love having my blood taken. You guys know how I hate that. I absolutely hate the whole like needles and shit. It's super fun. It was super quick though this time. I got like I got the nice nurse. I got the nice one. Um yeah. So yeah, oh the Santa video, like it just like that never materialized. I couldn't do it in time. By the time July ended, it was just like that was it. There was no more time to actually film that. I was really bummed about that because I was looking forward to it. But my Christmas in July kind of like party thing with my buddy Andy, that was nice. It that was nice. It was just it felt it wasn't I guess it wasn't built up enough, you know. We didn't do enough for an actual Christmas in July, and that's no fault of his, and it's no fault of anybody's. Like we did a Japanese one. We had KFC. I still had a good time when I went to my buddies. So that was good. Um, I mean, I was bummed about the whole not moving and not having a new studio and stuff. So that was fun. Um, but yeah, so I didn't get to film anything there, which is like I wasn't planning to after the talk that we had and stuff. So that was fine. Um, and yeah, I couldn't film the stuff outside because it was just too. It was either too cloudy or it was raining or whatever. I couldn't film the stuff in my office with the alternative plans because it was too hot. It was just too hot. Every time I was in here and I was planning to just film the leather video, the leather part, um, the sun would come out and then it would go back in again, and then it would come out and go back in again. But it just became too hot, and adding the leather to that would have been hell. So yeah, I couldn't record anything in the evening because, well, there's no light in here, so that was fun. And yeah, it just ended up like being a. I don't think I can film this. So bummer, I guess. What else? What else was there? So I should have sprayed my eyes. I've actually got eye spray this time, so that's cool. I don't know. I kind of it's yeah. I kind of don't know. Um, yeah. So that's the reason. That's why I've not been around. I've just been um, super bummed. Been super bummed out. I gave myself a break, and it just kind of never seemed to want to end. You know. So yeah. Do you know what's been really kind of like weirdly therapeutic and weirdly kind of like fun is that um, I've been running a few pictures and stuff through the AI and talking to it and basically like coming up with stories and stuff. Most of the time I just delete these stories, which is weird. Um, so yeah, I should save a bunch of them, but I ended up just kind of like not giving a crap about them. Okay, this eye is just not behaving now. That's so not cool. So yeah, I do the random picture edits as well of my own pictures, and just based on a couple of buddies and what they probably would like to see. I kind of am very neutral about it. I post them on the network and stuff. Like all of the other pictures end up not really being posted anywhere because they're just like me on a boat, like no edits, just literally just like me in a boat, like me at a sci-fi convention, me at like different places, just kind of like just seeing these places, and then my brain would imagine what it'd be like to be in these places and stuff, and it's like it's really nice. It's really nice and randomly therapeutic and stuff, and then I would ask it to do the stuff that you may have seen already on my Discord, and yeah, just for funsies. But yeah, um, yeah, I have done some writing. It's just that, like I said, I'm not entirely convinced that anybody would give a crap about my writing. You know, and I still don't really know what to post it. I think one of the main things that basically got me to really kind of um, like really bottomed out in my depression. And yes, I know I'm talking about depression. I know people hate it when I talk about depression, but yeah, really bottomed out in my depression is that remember I have like a bunch of retirement plans, and they're mostly just book ideas. I'm going to write a bunch of books, but like there are a couple of retirement plans that are kind of like dream scenarios. If I got enough money, I would basically by the time that I'm old enough to retire, for example, then I would basically like do this or that, whatever. One of my retirement plans would be to open up um, a sanctuary for senior dogs, basically, so that they have a place to live out the last days of their lives, or be adopted or fostered by some people that like could adopt or care for the dogs so that they can have a good last bit of their life. And it was going to be great. It was like it's like my dream. It's the dream scenario. It's like it's a dream retirement plan. Get to spend like the rest of my life with a bunch of old dogs. I get to walk with them. I get to like play with them and care for them in like a big field somewhere. and like we you know, I was like picturing this place, and it would like develop into like we'd have a therapy pool. I get to swim with the dogs. It's like, I know there's probably some like health and safety. It's like you can't swim with the dogs. It's like I'm just there supervising. I'm just there sitting by the pool while I'm playing with the dogs, making sure that none of them drown or anything. You know, in the therapy pool. May get to use the therapy pool in the off hours because it's mine. So yeah, you know, it was like a cool dream. It was like one of the more plausible dream plans because my mother, this is one of the ones that she was actually super up for, super interested in. She kind of almost wanted it to be real and happening right now. And I was seriously looking into this. Like I said in one of my previous streams, like this YouTube thing is not working for a it you know it's like I my editing job is like nobody's asking me to edit anything anymore. Nobody's asking me to write anything anymore. Nobody's asking me to do like basically like my other source of income is kind of dried up, you know. It's like it's I mean that stuff is over. My secondary source of income is the YouTube videos, the PayPal, not the PayPal, the the Patreon, the Just for Fans, and that is not enough. That's like it's barely $150 a month, and it's like it's not good. Um, so I was like, just trigger one of the retirement plans. Just do it. Just do it already. And the book thing is not going to work because that requires me to like spend like a year per book working on it, refining it, testing it out, all of that stuff per book. And I need a source of income to basically live while I'm working on the book before it gets published, and then like I can then make money off of that. So, you know, so that's not going to work. And then I was talking to my mother. I was talking to my mother about this, about the retirement plan for the grey muzzles, which is what it was going to be called. It was going to be called grey muzzles. And my mum wants to do it. She wants to do it so bad. She wants to be what the receptionist. She wants to be able to like check on me and the dogs when we're actually doing it and stuff. And she basically brought up that because she was going to be the primary funding for this, um, like she would talk to me. Like I didn't prompt her or anything, but she basically would talk to me. She would force me to interact with her because I don't want to talk to my mother about anything involving her death and stuff. She basically has like she says that when she's she told me about her plans and her will, and that's fine. But it's like she kind of when she talks to me about this stuff, she then says like, "So what are you going to do with that money then? Like you're going to get that you're going to inherit?" And I'm like, "Probably going to open up this. I'm probably going to do this. It's probably going to go to that retirement plan, right?" And then, like, yeah, it, she was like super interested in it. We were talking. We were talking, and like she brought up some really annoying, valid points, and it was like that dream's kind of shattered now because I'm like I never ask. I don't ask my mother like how much I'm gonna get exactly, but like based on what I know from my mom, it's not gonna be enough. It's not. For all of the things, all of the points, all of the valid points that she brought up, I was like, oh crap. So yeah, that really bottomed me out because, like, I realized that, like, unless this meeting goes really well on the 20th, I am fucked. I don't really have like a future. So like, I've been through like all of the possible scenarios. It's like, it's really annoying. But I mean, that happens. There's like 7 billion people in the world. Some of us are just not going to make it, and that's like fine. It's fine. I'm going to read the chat because I'm spiraling a little bit. I can hear it, so like no. For you on vacation, where I wish, the borders fell out on the wayside. I've already covered that. I'm going to get back into it. I am. I've actually got this new commission, and I was going to spend some time basically looking through some pictures for some reference, because Andy wants a picture of the same picture that basically I did before, but without the jacket and without the hat. I might change the pose a little bit. But yeah, I've got like I don't really need to look through my pictures. I already know that there's like a few references that I can use so yeah. Some of them I've already put through the AI generator thing. So yeah. Yeah. I don't think so. Well, I'm glad you're back. Again, it doesn't. I don't know. I'm definitely gonna be back while I'm doing this picture, but I don't know. I don't really know after this. What is the plan? What is for? Oh, it's just August. It says here period dress up, so that's the 40s weekend, and I don't know what to do for that. That's next week. That's next weekend. So yeah. The AI pics are decent. Yeah, I basically start with one of the pictures that, one of my pictures from one of my videos or whatever, and like I said, it's weirdly therapeutic, basically, putting myself in different situations and imagining myself there and enjoying that kind of scenery. It's almost like meditative, and it's really cool. And then just like changing based on what you guys like, just changing the pictures. So yeah, just changing the size and shape and things. Especially with like, I'm using Sora, like for the original kind of like pictures to just change the backgrounds and stuff. I used Copilot for most of that, which is just very easy to like simple change. It's very, very simple, very, very easy to just like quickly change the backgrounds there, because other programs, they cost money. But like, Microsoft seems to, the Microsoft Copilot browser extension, at least, not the actual program on your computer. Doesn't seem to have a hard limit. It says that it has a limit, but I swear that I've gone over this like several times. So I don't get it. But yeah. I've gone fantastical just recently. In the latest picture of me, I've gone slightly fantastical. And I've made myself a space trucker. And that's because I recently watched a documentary on the making of Alien. And for some reason, I kind of like to imagine like space trucking, what it's like and stuff. Um, it's kind of awesome. So I was imagining that. I've actually got like a picture of that. Can I put that on here? I don't think I can because this has reset. I think this has actually reset. It's now. I'm now on the. Yeah, see the logo's back. I can't get rid of that. Yeah, I can't turn the logo off. But it's got like it's got this. Does it have the? Oh, I could still do that. So this is all now included in the free version, and even has the opening and closing thing. Yeah, it even has the opening and closing thing. But I can't change the picture, the background picture that you saw at the beginning. I can't change that anymore. I can delete the last one, and that will make the other one fill the space, but that means that it will delete that picture. My computer's moaning at me. Weird. So yeah, I now I'm kind of like um, using this. I'm using the free version of StreamYard, so it's good that as a free version. I'm happy with that. I was very worried that the clock was ticking down. Oh, since I canceled my membership for StreamYard because it's expensive. And there was kind of like this impending dread of like, oh no, like I'm not going to be able to use any of the features. It's just going to be like, hi, I'm here. There's no intro going to be played. There's no intro picture or anything. I'm going to lose all my scrolls and all of the, my name tag and everything. I can't change the color or the text or anything, but it's there. You know, um, I was worried about losing all of that stuff, but yeah, I mean, it happened and it's fine now, so that's okay. Um, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be like I'm only allowed to stream for half an hour and then it's going to cut off and all that stuff. But no, it's working. Although there is a beeping noise. Hmm. Weird. There it is again. I don't know where the notification's coming from. No, it seems to be fine now. Weird. I mean, can you hear me? Weird. I mean, can you hear me? Yeah, I heard myself, so it's working. Anyway, yeah, the AI stuff. Okay, so the AI stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna be like venturing into more kind of like fantastical territory instead of just like putting myself in regular situations and scenarios. You know, like a steam fair or like a motorcycle rally or truck stop. You know, like a there was like a motorcycle on an American desert country road kind of situation. Um, yeah, I was trying to put myself in different situations, just different places, you know, different backgrounds and stuff, and that was fun. That was a lot of fun. But now I'm starting to see the the see past the limitations a little bit. I'm trying out new stuff. Like in my next picture, I might try it. I'm trying to find a wizard picture or like something that I can change myself into a wizard in the picture or something. I might just use one of my old pictures or something. I don't know, but a wizard, you know, not like Harry Potter, more like Gandalf. But yeah, um, that was like going to be my next project when my image generation counter resets, which it should have done by now. So probably after I've finished being on here, I'm probably going to go over there and do that. Um, yeah, like I said, I'm still trying to figure out this one picture that I'm doing right now. Because sometimes I'll be doing something on Sora and then like I'll run out of pictures. So like I may tease you guys with a preview of that, the upcoming picture from the series, but I haven't released it yet. You know, I haven't released the series of pictures yet. And there's this one with me in the blue shirt with the grey beard. That's the one I'm editing right now to make it look like I'm a space trucker, and that's going to be fun. Hopefully, it's going to be fun. But yeah, it's like don't I know you like the parrot guy? I can't remember his name. I call him Balloon Blower Mike because basically that's his BBM or BB Mike, because that's what his like username was on um, DeviantArt. But I know you like his stuff, some of his stuff with the round, like the actual round body and stuff, because he uses that as a reference picture. He uses Sora and GBT to actually get that particular like prompt and use that particular image. Um, it's just that there's a lot of limitations with that. It's just it's kind of I don't want to say this to come out. I don't want to say this. I don't want to say it to come out the wrong way. I don't want to say it wrongly, but it does make a lot of his pictures kind of samey because he uses that particular reference. Um, so I mean I tend to change it up a little bit, but I do get like samey samey results So I do use pictures where I'm in different poses to begin with, as opposed to kind of like changing my pose uh, by typing out different messages and stuff. So it's like, yeah, it's, and I try to use different clothing, of course, as well. And it's just I tried to use different references, or tried to reuse a reference from based on on a picture that it has given me from the past as well, to kind of like mix and match and stuff. So yeah, like it has done the thing. It has done the thing of I didn't know this program did this, but it has randomly started to put like I've noticed that if it basically if I have a picture of me where I'm not like I don't have like a pipe or cigar, then it will randomly put one in, or and they'll always be misshapen, even though I basically, because I didn't ask it to do that, it just randomly puts one in, because it learns, and even when you delete the picture, it tries to learn. So it does kind of like, I can't see how it's not entirely BBM's fault, um, that his pictures are kind of coming out almost the same, you know, kind of like the almost the exact same. I get how it can do that, because it learns from previous pictures, especially if you use the same kind of prompts as well, and the same kind of reference pictures. That's one of the reasons why I try to use different ones, because even though I use different pictures, it does kind of come out the same, but it's always a little bit different. You know, with me, it's always a little bit different. I always get a little bit different results. I always try to use different pictures, poses, clothing, all of that stuff. Different backgrounds, different. Yeah, like I never like basically keep using the same asset over and over again. But yeah, I can see, like again, I'm trying not to poop on him too much, because I really do like his pictures. I really do like his pictures. I really do like them. I'd like, yeah, I've got some. I've got a lot of them saved now on my computer. Um, it's just that you can tell, especially since I've used the program a lot as well, that like that one particular reference picture that he's using, it's got a lot of stuff that the algorithm the is looking at, and basically like it's mimicking certain parts of that particular picture, even though he may not have used it directly as a prompt. It's doing it from previous ones that he's used. You know, it's a thing. But yeah, it's really like, it's just the way the buttons line up or something sometimes can be really obvious. You know, it's just a thing. I think you have to draw your own references at some point. That's what I've done. I use, well, I don't. I mean, I use all of my AI stuff. Oh God, wow! All of my AI stuff is completely based on my own pictures. You know, literally, the background is the only thing that is essentially generated by the computer. It's all alterations of my existing pictures. You know, it's all morphs and stuff. Oh, I do have a thing. I do have a thing. Um, a thing specifically with Sora is that, yes, it will keep the head proportions perfectly. And if you try to enlarge the figure in any way on any other program that I've used in the past, including the big boy GPT, which is part of Sora, um, it will basically enlarge the head. It'll make the head huge. so that it matches the body, and the arms would basically also, like, it would change the proportions of the arms as well. Like, and to be fair, Sora does do the arm thing. It seems to want to always kind of like make the arms bigger to match and stuff. Um, unless you're incredibly specific with your prompts, it basically, yeah. So yeah, I've fallen victim of like okay, generate this thing and with that and change the background to this. Go. Oh shit! I forgot about the arms, and it's already generating. I can't stop it. Great. So yeah, you'll notice that with a lot of my ones is that I keep forgetting to add the arm. You know, like the thing about not changing the arms, and all of the weirdly shapen ones that you see where there's something just a little bit off about the picture. It's always because of the arms. You know, one of the latest pictures that I did with the whole space thing, it kept adding an arm. And I kept thinking to myself, well, maybe this would be cool for like a story, because it's like, well, you know, like in the future when space truckers become a thing, maybe he'll need an extra arm to operate like some machinery or something. I don't know. So basically, this is a cool addition, you know. It's like on Total Recall with the Martians, you know. But yeah, I don't know if you noticed that some of the like pictures of mine are the same, but that's only because I'm trying to change one tiny thing in the picture, and while keeping everything else the same. I just want the arms to be smaller, you know, or the face to be a little bit less fucked up, you know. So yeah. But some of the, like, I will admit that some of the pictures are like really good. Can I share a picture? Oh, I can. I think I can. Can I really though? Let me show you this space guy. Oh, I didn't save the picture. But there he is. Well, it's just that it's like it's a thing with the software. Remember StreamYard? I'm using the free version of StreamYard now, so I wasn't entirely sure if this was a thing, but this is included in the free version, so that's cool. Yeah. So this picture, I mean, like as you can see, I used a picture of me basically doing this. And I was doing a little dance. Um, but yeah, you can see the background. I fucked with the background. I made it like a space, like a bridge of a space freighter, like yeah, and it doesn't look bad. Like the proportions and everything look fine, but this is specifically. Um, I basically told it to make him look like kind of inflated looking, as if he's just a fat guy, but in zero gravity or in very low gravity. So yeah, that's how you get the big rounded shaped. It's like I asked it to do something different to what I normally ask it for, and it did this, and it basically he looks a lot more round instead of looking kind of like funny shaped, I guess. But yeah, so that's the next like batch of pictures is going to be like this guy basically. So yeah, like it doesn't work so good with orcs. I know I already like said this. I think maybe even in a live stream, but it doesn't work with orcs. It doesn't know where to put tusks. It doesn't know where to put tusks, and it doesn't know how to incorporate facial hair on orcs. Like none of the programs do. None of them do, unless you're incredibly specific with just a close up of the face, and you're specific about each individual part of the face and where it should go and stuff. Like it doesn't know what to do. It's very kind of like it does make it look like like an incredibly talented child has tried to make an orc face out of plasticine, you know, like like some of it is like all the parts are kind of in the right place, but the color from like the lips and stuff from the lip plasticine is kind of like blended a little bit into the tusk plasticine because they're kind of like they've had to smush it into the face kind of. It has that quality to it, you know, and it's all slightly wrong, you know. It's like that. It doesn't know what to do. So I've just like any orc picture, I've had to like try to kind of like convince it somehow to make me look not orc-ish. And it kind of worked, except for, and I really like this, like the proportions that came out with this one. Except for this one. When I was an orc trucker. It's like it's it got it just like he's got tiny tusks around the actual cigar here, and it's just very funny to me. I don't know why I'm gesturing with the cursor. It's like yeah, body perfect. I made it. I did tell it to make me just make it a human. Just make me human. You know, I'm a human. I'm a human spherical trucker, basically. Like, and it was like, yeah, sure, we're gonna make you the Hulk. We're gonna make you the chubby Hulk instead. So it no matter what I asked it, it kept basically making the skin tone green. And at one point, Copilot, when I asked Copilot, it made to change the skin tone to be more um, you know like I gave it an example image, and it basically said, you want to make a character white when they're not right. They are literally, and don't get pissed off with me, okay? They are literally a colored person, okay? They're a green colored person. Like, it's like, it was like, you can't do that. That's racist. You can't change somebody. You can't. That's whitewashing. And I was like, I just want to be not the Hulk. You know, how hard is that to do? So yeah, a lot of the different programs, it just wouldn't change it back to. It wouldn't change me back into a human. Just on this one picture in particular, and that's why you got all of the variations of this picture. Is because it just wouldn't do it. Like no matter how many times and how many different attempts I got to ask it to, it just wouldn't do it. You know. We did get a bunch of different shapes though, which is fun. But I still like this one, in particular. Oh, do you know what my favorite one is? Do you know one of the ones that I the one of the early ones I did when I was playing with Sora, like immediately spat out. Um, It's actually 3 of them. Can I actually put 3 of them at a time? No, I've got to do them one at a time. Oh, good. I'll just use the best one. It's like I saw this one. And I don't know what it was, but it's like I resonate with this picture so much. Like that's ideal version of me right there. I don't know what it is. It's like definitely kind of like, I think it's everything. It's the suit, yeah, the shape and size and everything, but it's just like it's the kind of like the attitude, I guess. I don't know. It's just like that's my favorite. It's the favorite version of me. It's like that's, yeah. When I'm padded up, that's how I feel. That is how I feel. That's how I picture myself in my head. It's like that's. It feels so right somehow to be rollable, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, it's fun. It's just, so yeah, that's the fun part of that. Oh, by the way, the prompt for that is basically like I wanted just a picture of me slightly bigger in a suit. Well, I was already in the suit in the picture, but you have to tell it again, you know, slightly bigger and like more round, puffier, whatever. I can't remember the exact combination of these things, whatever. Um, but it was kind of like in a 60s ish like fancy office, you know, and it was just like it spat that out, and it was like, yeah, that's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Anyway, yeah, we're getting some kind of like really good pictures from this, and like, I don't know what's I'm obviously I'm not doing this. This isn't like, this is just for fun and stuff. But like, if anybody's got any suggestions, like they want to see, if anybody's got any suggestions for like pictures of either artwork or pictures of me that they would like to see, kind of like me put through the AI art, the AI thing, then let me know. And obviously, there's some limitations. It does not like skin showing. It doesn't like that. It might do one or two, but if you basically try to alter any of those pictures where it accidentally shows a bit of skin, it basically says no, and I've wasted an attempt. So just bear that in mind for anybody that wants me to, like, has a specific picture of me in mind. Oh my god. Excuse me. Has a specific picture of me in mind, and actually wants, I need the picture that you want me to alter, and I'd like to know what you'd want to do with it. So yeah, remember, it's got a not safe for work filter on it. So basically, if I upload a picture, sometimes it will just straight up say no. So it can't be anything that shows my butt. Um, yeah, my butt or my dick. I don't know why. Why did I blank on that so much? Suspenders, rounders. Just want lots more pictures of me in suspenders. Well, you're gonna get one. Like I said, the next set that I'm gonna do after this live stream is that space guy. Is this guy. Yeah, it's like it's gonna be it's gonna be the space. I was gonna say the space jockey, but that's something else, isn't it? The space trucker. So you like that? So you're gonna get it. It's gonna happen. Actually, that was the co-pilot picture. So the next Sora picture is going to be with like that whole aesthetic. So, you know, the whole background aesthetic and stuff. It's really annoying. I wanted it. Do you know how hard it is basically to get it to basically like rotate the wrists and have the bars run that way instead of this way? You know, so that because I wanted him to just like so that he wouldn't twist his arm because it looks like he's leaning forward, and I wanted him to just kind of like brace himself in the room so that he would be, you know, like it's a zoo, like it's a very low gravity environment and stuff. But it wants him to kind of like look like he's lifting up the roof. I don't know how to get it to not do that. I did try a couple of things, but yeah. Like I said, I tried a couple of things to basically get one arm holding onto a bar and one arm kind of pushing buttons. Like that was the original intent, but then it kept making another arm. And every time I basically tried to tell it to not do that, it failed. And then, if I told it to just grip the bars, it basically gave me that image with him being symmetrical at the camera. Because originally he was kind of turned slightly, like I was turned slightly. You know, it wasn't symmetrical. But it likes things to be symmetrical. It does like things to be symmetrical. So yeah. Oh, another picture was the devil. It seemed to like fucking with the devil, except for Copilot seemed to understand completely about the devil. I'm just going to quickly show you this, and then I'm going to answer that question real quick, and then I'm probably going to go because this was supposed to be a quickie, and I went over an hour. But yeah, let me just show you this devil. Oh yeah, I forgot. I've got to. I don't know why I said it like that. Like, I'm going to get on with poses. So yeah, there were lots and lots of failed attempts. No, this is the wrong picture. This is the Copilot picture. This is the good version. Okay, like I got a reference image of me as the devil character doing this kind of like action, right? And I asked Copilot to do you know, like a better version of this picture, but with more exaggerated proportions. And this is what it spat out. Pretty good. It's a little bit illustration-y, but it's pretty good. It's like, yeah, it kept my head proportions and my hand proportions pretty well. It's even got like the mystical kind of like effects of like the smoky like mysticalness to it. Like I asked it to do that, right? And here's the Sora version. Again, with the exact image, the exact same image. This one. So here's the Sora version. It didn't understand horns. Like, it kind of understood, and it didn't change the fireplace. I asked it to be a bigger fireplace. I kept asking it for a bigger fireplace. It didn't change the fucking size of the fireplace. It made it more ornate. It made it darker somehow. it's a fireplace, but it didn't change the fireplace at all. Like, yeah, he's got more weight to him as well here, and it's not as cartoony, you know, it's not as illustration-y as the other one. Like, you know, it's more realistic. However, it doesn't understand horns, and it didn't have any smoky, like mystical smoky effects, because I asked it to make the smoke swirl around the hands a little bit because I was doing a spell. I also asked for slightly glowing eyes as well. So yeah, sometimes the program just completely ignores you, and that's really irritating when it does that. Because, like, Copilot at least seems to basically ignore one thing. If you've asked for a bunch of stuff, it ignores like maybe one thing, and you can kind of forgive it for that, you know. For example, I kept asking it to basically keep. I have to keep asking Copilot to keep the aspect ratio of pictures, because it loves to basically make if it's a picture of a person and you ask for a full, you know, to zoom out more so you can see the full body, it will automatically try to do portrait mode. It will make the frame portrait mode. Whereas I hate that, because it forces the program to basically fit the person in that frame. But it has to do that because it's a portrait of a person. So you have to specifically tell it every single time to make it 16 by 9, you know, make it landscape, make it, yeah. And when it does do that, it does pretty good. But like, it mostly makes things square. Or, you know, at best it makes things square. You know, I ran these guys through it, and basically it tried to make them it tried to make them square, or it tried to make them portrait, and it just didn't work. This picture, when I ran through the program, it made me black, so I don't understand what it did there. So that's fun. This used to happen a lot with GPT. I don't know why, but yeah. Anyway, so yeah, okay. Have I ever tried getting so yeah, pose. The thing is that if I'm laying down or sitting down, that is too much of a limitation for the program. It will either make my legs bigger, or it will basically try to like merge them with the body. There's too much. You're asking it too much. I have considered trying to do a picture of, you know, trying to upload a picture of me completely laying down, and then just kind of like exactly telling it exactly what's happening. But unless there's an actual picture of me actually being rolled by somebody for it to use as a reference, it's not going to get it. It's not going to understand. It's not going to be able to understand the whole concept. I have asked it to try. So basically, it's like, oh yeah, and then show him rolling, and it basically just showed a fat guy on the floor with somebody kind of like looking like they're rubbing his tummy. I haven't tried it since then, but this was one of the pictures that I actually did. That, you know, I actually drew, and then I put it through Copilot a while ago, and then I asked it to enhance that. And it, like I said, it gave me a picture of a fat guy on the ground, basically with somebody like rubbing their tummy. That was the best that it got, you know. So like I said, I don't use pictures of me sat down. I don't use pictures of me laying down. It's just too much for the program to actually comprehend. So all of the pictures are me standing up somewhere, you know. To be completely fair, it is incredibly hard to imagine these characters sitting down. even laying down, the mechanics of somebody that large laying down is awkward. It's the best way to describe it. I can imagine it. And I can imagine even from that perspective, a character that large actually laying down, because it's not far off of me right now. If I have an incredibly springy mattress, it's almost like my butt is sinking in, but my tummy is still sticking up. So it's like I am kind of suspended on the mattress. It's a thing. It's a thing. It's a fat guy thing. I mean, you get it, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, like the mechanics of actually sitting down when you're when you're that large. Like, can you imagine trying to sit down? Well, in that chair's too small. But like yeah, you can't see my cursor. That's really annoying. But yeah, like, can you imagine this guy sitting down? He essentially kind of like his head would be tilted up, and like his legs would just disappear completely, just behind all of that. And yeah, it would be awkward, to say the least. So it wouldn't look good. It would look just like a mound, and with maybe arms. You know, it's like it wouldn't be visually interesting. That's one of the reasons why I haven't done it so much. I have tried in the past to like play with it with different programs and different poses when I did the artwork, and essentially it's not as interesting. You know. So yeah, like I can give it another go. Like I haven't tried in a while, so I could give it another go. It's just that I can I can pretty much predict what's going to happen. I'll give it a go with Copilot, probably. Like I said, Copilot doesn't have that many. It doesn't seem to have that many limitations on the number of pictures that you can generate. Um, Even though it does say it does, it does say it does. But I've never hit the wall. I've never hit the wall. You know, I thought I hit the wall, but apparently that was because it was having issues. Like the program itself was actually having issues. It was being updated or something. But yeah, I asked it came up with a message saying it's like we are unable to generate images right now. Maybe you hit your limit, or maybe like the system is like running slowly or something. So I asked it like how many attempts do I have left, and it's like, well, I can't tell. I was like, okay, how do I know then? It's like, well, you'll see a message saying that you're but I asked somebody else real quick. No, actually, no, I just didn't ask somebody else. I checked. I checked the internet, and like it seemed like everybody was having problems with it at that moment. So it wasn't a unique situation to me, It wasn't. I hadn't actually hit the limit. So yeah. But yeah, I might give it a go with that. I don't. I don't think it's going to work so good. I don't think it is, but I mean, it could. Um, yeah. Oh, since we're on YouTube, like, if you are into like inflation and stuff, into furry inflation specifically, there's a movie called Carried Away. It's about pumping up a dragon on a live stream, and like I tried to use screenshots from that, but it's got a logo is in the picture. It doesn't want to get none of the programs want to get rid of this logo, and I can't use this picture as an example because it keeps putting this logo in the picture, and it's really annoying because some of the character models from that in particular are awesome. Like they did a really good job on this one movie, you know. it's really frustrating. I've tried to describe the image even, and like here's a good thing. If anybody's like having a problem with image generation on any of these AI image generator problems platforms, sorry, then here's a good tip. Ask it to generate a prompt. Ask it like I'm looking to make a picture similar to this. Can you suggest a prompt for me to use to actually generate a picture like this? And it will often give you like pointers on how to actually do the prompt, and then it will give you an example, and you can ask it basically, if I used your example, just copy and pasted your example, will that work? And it will usually say yes, and I'll do it. I'm just saying. Yeah, somebody asked me this the other day of like, how could I do this to generate? They asked me specifically. It's like I really like this one picture. How do I generate a picture that's exactly like this, but with like certain tweaks and stuff? And I said, have you thought about asking the program? Like, first of all, is it a program that lets you upload pictures? And if they say yes, then basically it's like, well, have you asked the program the same question? And it was like, yeah, but why don't I think of that? You know. To be fair, I basically did. I basically. I didn't figure this trick out until until midway through doing the pictures, when I was doing the artwork, like the very first few pictures that I did for using GPT specifically. I essentially got really frustrated with asking it to like recreate this one picture that I did, even after giving it that same picture over and over again. It was just not working, and essentially I just was like, oh my god, GPT, how can I get you to actually like maybe just generate a prompt for me so that this is less frustrating? And it was like, well, you can do this. you can say this, be more specific about this point and stuff like that. Here's an example. And I was like, really? It was that easy? I could have just asked for this like at the beginning. The fuck was that? Spider, you cannot make webs on me. Hopefully you're not attached to me still. Tiny spider made a web on my arm. Anyway, yeah. So if anybody is having trouble with their prompts, or they're getting frustrated, like overly frustrated with your prompts, then this is the best solution. Basically, upload a picture. Say I want to do I want to recreate this picture. What prompts do I need to use to exactly be very specific, like exactly mimic, like, and then say a certain aspect of the picture that you want to keep, but you want to yeah. Or if that doesn't work, just don't give it any context. If you want this picture exactly like recreated by the program exactly, I keep saying exactly now. God damn it. Then just say what what prompt do I need to ask you to tell you to get a perfect recreation of this picture. And then it will give you the example, or it'll basically like if you ask it if this example is like, if I give this example, will it work? Then you can test it out by creating a new conversation, so it's not affected by that conversation, or delete that conversation after copying and pasting it, and then actually ask it, make me a picture, and then use the example prompt. And using that prompt, you can add or tailor parts of that prompt to actually alter parts of that picture based on whatever you wanted to actually use in that picture. You wanted to change in the picture. So yeah, like that's the best example I can give. That's the best advice I can give if you're getting really frustrated. It doesn't always work. It won't always work. I have said that like this has helped me, but I've only ever done this trick myself a couple of times. But from what I know, some other people, after I've told them this, other people have tried this and they said that they have had like great success. So it's like, yeah, just ask the program, what prompt do I need to ask you to get me to do this, to get you to do this exact picture the way that I want it. It's like, yeah, right, I'm going. Roscoe, I was just going to ignore you, but I'll ignore your negative bullshit. Roscoe, watch whatever you want. Yep. Right. Belly rubs and belly slope. By the way, I did have my weight done at the doctor's. 145 kilograms still. I don't know if that's up or down. Like, they don't tell me if it's up or down. I think I was 142 last time, or 140. So I don't know if it's changed. But yeah. Maybe I should check my stupid records and stuff. Anyway, yeah, I don't know when I'll be back. I will be back whenever the lighting works, I guess. Yeah, but aren't you taller? I don't know. I'm like 5'5", 5'6". I think I'm 5'6". I don't know. It gives me the height in centimeters, and I don't remember that part. Yeah. Okay. No, I can't remember. I'm trying. I was like, they put you on a machine and it weighs you and it measures your height. So, and it gives you a little ticket, and they ask you if you want to keep the ticket. And I said yes. So it's in my kitchen right now, but I only looked at it when yeah. So I just remembered that basically it's also got like a blood pressure thing on it as well. So like they ask you to the nurse actually was asking me like what's taking so long on the machine. And I said, well, it's just that it's telling me that my what? Oh, my light's dead. I just charged it up, but it's dead. Also, it's very hot. Did my expensive camera light break? Emergency lighting. I think it's broken. I just really like this light, but it's not even showing the symbol that says that it needs charging. Normally, when you push the button and it needs charging, it comes up with the symbol that says that it needs charging. It doesn't do that. It doesn't just shut off. It flashes. Then when you hit the button again, it tells you if it's like a symbol comes up on the back screen. I'm gonna plug it in, but I've got a feeling that's dead. I just charged it up. Whatever.